Warpath Jurassic Park is a fighting game that came out in 1999 for the PlayStation 1. Though for some reason I've always called it Jurassic Park Warpath. I don't know why it flipped over. It's just something I do in my head. I just flip it around because I think it sounds better this way. And if you know anything about me and this channel, you know I have an absolute love for fighting games, and I love weird fighting games. And this is one of the weirdest fighting games ever. I don't know who at DreamWorks Interactive came up with this idea, but I absolutely love this. Pitting dinosaurs against each other in this weird like primal rage fight, and it is just dumb. There's something so special about these like polygon graphics of the PlayStation 1 that it just looks so silly. The actual gameplay is incredibly hard. Like, this is one of the hardest fighters I've played in a very long time, mainly because the AI it just knows exactly what you're going to do all the time and knows how to counter it. But, you know, I can get past it because it's a dumb game. It's so stupid. This is just me getting absolutely rinsed by an ankylosaurus when I'm supposed to be playing as a gigantosaur. When I'm like, I don't think that would happen. But anyway. Yeah, much like Primal Rage, which I feel like is its main inspiration, you get like little people or little things running around the sort of game arena that you can snap up to get some extra health or extra boost and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. It's a nice little sort of gimmick to the game. But other than that, yeah, it's just a stupid fighting game that I just wanted to talk about. I had this game when I was younger. I think I got it around towards the end of the PlayStation 1, because it came out in 1999, so it was towards the end of the life. And I picked it up. I think I originally picked it up in Blockbuster. It used to be a Blockbuster near where I lived, and it had like a games to buy section, like game rather than a games to rent. And it was just in there one day, and I'd never heard of it. And at the time, I honestly didn't know it was a Jurassic Park game because it just said Warpath, and I was like, oh, I'll get that. I think I managed to convince my parents to get it for me, actually, and it is, like, I've always loved it ever since. I was a lot better at this when I was a lot younger, but playing it back now, I do not get how I was any good at this game, because even the combos, if you read the manual, the combos make no sense. I think it relies on you having like the DualShock analog controller to actually pull off anything in this game. But when this game came out, it got absolutely like rinsed by reviewers, and I don't really know why. It was like according to some of the research I've done, Electronic Gaming Monthly gave it like a 4 out of 10. Next Generation Magazine gave it 1 star. Like, it is a cheap cash in, but it's also a very fun game. I think a lot of people made the sort of comparison between Primal Rage and just said like it's not as good as Primal Rage, let's be real, but it is still stupid, it's still fun, and I feel like not enough reviewers like put that into perspective of how dumb this is. And like, it's okay to have a dumb silly game, but I am curious as to how many people also played this, because I feel like when I was younger and I used to be like, people used to come over to my house or my parents' house to play games and stuff. I'd be like, oh, do you want to play Warpath? And people would be like, I don't know what that is. And like, no one at my school had it. It just seemed to be me that had this game, and I was like, am I the weird one? But I feel like there's more people. Like, I've seen it come up on like some top 10 lists, and then that sort of like reminded me that, oh my god, this game exists and I have this game, and it's just something I really needed to talk about. And I thought this is the perfect time to talk about it, because last week we covered The Lost World, and these two, get Lost World and Warpath, to me are like coexist together in a little pocket of PlayStation 1 dinosaur games. I've said it before, I love dinosaur games. I love any game that has a dinosaur in it. I might even do a top 10 list of the best dinosaurs in video games. I haven't quite decided yet, but let me know in the comments if you want to see that list. But yeah, I think this is a pretty fun game. I would just like to point out as well, all of this footage that I've captured is just me getting absolutely rinsed by the computer. The computer AI is so difficult, it's so hard, it is just like, I said it previously, it's brutal. It just does not relent. It will treat every single fight as if it's like the last boss in any fighting game. It just goes all out on you, whatever you want to call them. They're just like so nostalgic. Also, why is a velociraptor that big? A velociraptor is not the same size as an ankylosaurus. But yeah, so that is Warpath Jurassic Park. Comment below if you remember this game. Comment if you have any memories. I'd love to talk about this game with anyone. I absolutely will. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.
Defeat